Okay, I want to show you how to perfect your audio. So, this is my digital media promo, and I have two sets of audio. I have the A-roll audio, and I have the B-roll audio. I noticed on promo videos, sometimes people got rid of the B-roll audio, and it doesn't exist anymore, but it makes for a very boring video. Even when you add the music, you want a little bit of background sound in there. So let me just play it here.
We just do a bunch of work on computers.
Okay. Without that, it's more like that. What's she saying? I don't know.
There's not too much you can learn.
So, I want this and I want this, but I want them to both have some good consistent levels from one speaker to the other. So I could edit it here in Premiere. And how I would do that is just go to each track.
We just do a bunch of work on computers.
And I see he's getting up to -3. Now jump to this one.
Too much you can learn,
She may need to go down a little bit, so I just scoot her little bar down.
beyond typing skill.
And then I come over here and Sam's quiet, so I'd have to up his bar. And that's fine, but when I get to this type audio, sometimes I want it lower at the beginning, higher in the middle, so like this. You hear that jump? I would need to scoot in. So I would probably want to fade in. I could add a fade transition from my effects panel over here, but it's probably easier just to make some keyframes on here. So I'll make a keyframe right here, move over, make a keyframe right here, and then move over, make a keyframe right here, and here's where I'll drop the audio. And now I come over here, keyframe, drop the audio here, and now it fades in a little bit better. But that's can be quite a bit of work, because then I might realize, oh, now I need to drop the audio a little bit more in the middle, and so now I need to move these two keyframes, and so it can get to be a pain. So I want to show you the quick and easy, but it seems like kind of a process way to adjust this audio, and then this audio, and then put them back so that you have some good audio. So first, we're just going to take care of one audio at a time. So I'm going to mute this and just focus on my A-roll here. What I need to do is export it. Actually, there is, no, I'm going to export it. So go File, Export, Media. And I'm not exporting the video like I usually do. I'm going to export the MP3. And if you're really worried about audio quality, you could export the waveform audio, but MP3 should be fine. And I'm going to call it, this is DM 4 lines, A audio. Save. I'm saving on my desktop, as you saw. I'm going to export. It should take just a little bit, because it was just a tiny bit of audio. Now I'm going to open up Audition. And I'm going to open up that file, which was on my desktop. It's right here. And now I can see, well, here's Sam's part where he was all quiet. Let me just raise that. So you just select the parts and raise and lower.
We just do a bunch of work on.
And you can hear Amir starts out kind of loud, so I can just drop those levels a little bit. And then
There's not too much you...
Rahila starts off pretty hot, so let me just drop hers a little bit.
There's not too much you can learn.
And now I'll just come over here. So it's an easier way to change parts of the audio real quickly. And this lets me see the whole track. And now the whole track is how I want it. So now I'm going to save that. File save. And now I'm going to get it. And if you're in AVP, you need to import it from the network folder. So I've saved it, but now I'm going to put it in my digital media promo folder on the network drive. Just stick it in there. So I just need to open it from the desktop. Here it is. Now it's in my digital media promo folder. And now I'm going to import it into this. And then you just try to line it up with the lips. If you got it from the very beginning, it should just start at the very beginning like this. So now I'm gonna, well, let's just play the audio all at once.
We just do a bunch of work.
That tells me it's synced up. You can help determine that by looking closely at the audio levels here and over here and just making sure it's synced up. The bumps are where the bumps are, the dives are where the dives are. And then just mute it. And now the
We
good
just do a
audio
bunch of work on computers.
is lined up. I'll do the same with this second track. I'm going to mute this because I don't need that yet. This is the only track I want to export. So I'm going to go File, Export, Media. And this time it's DM 4 lines B audio because it's the background audio and it's the B-roll audio. I'm going to export that. I'm going to have more variance in this. Takes a little bit, but I'm going to open it in Audition. File, Open, B audio. See how much this varies? That's why I'm glad I took it in here, so I can see it all at once and get it all pretty consistent.
Hi, everyone.
So maybe I'll make this, it's supposed to be background, but we want to hear a little bit of it, but I'm just going to drop it down low. And you can see it cuts in and out. So let me just go to favorites and fade it out. So just selecting the beginning and end, favorites, fade in. Remember, you can't delete any part or your audio is not going to be synced up in the video anymore. So no deleting, but you can do some fade outs and ends and lowerings. And if you hear some audio that you absolutely don't want, like if that was a pop, just drop it all the way down to where it's just a straight line and there's no audio at all. See, right there is a big jump. It's probably from one clip to another. So let's just bring that down. That sounds fine.
No,
right here up there.
no, the buildup of the drama is what makes it good.
So I'm just going to drop that.
I know Jay went here, but I ain't got shit.
A little bit of
I know Jay went here.
grumbling in the audio. I might drop that a little down a little bit more.
Drama is what makes it good.
I know Jay went here, but I ain't got shit.
Okay.
He has to go one there.
All this is loud. So it's background audio. It should be soft. I really like that. So it should all look pretty consistent. And now I'm going to save. And then I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to get that from the desktop and put it in here. And then get it from here and put it in my file. And then I don't need to worry about syncing that much, except maybe on the Rahila part where she's actually facing the camera. Oh, I need another track of audio. You can always add another track just by right-click, Add Tracks. So this one should line up at the front too, you see. And now I'm just going to spot check. Find the spot where there's a Rahila clip. I think it's right here. And let's see. Bring this big.
Hi, everyone.
Let's mute that one. Go back.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, looks pretty good. So that's what you should do. Just don't cut the audio and you're good. So these are the two audio tracks I want. Those were the original. And now I have everything. So you always want to do this at the end with the master audio. Now, I don't have titles in here yet and I need to add them. So what I will do is I'll just export this and then add the titles to my final track so I can make sure I don't mess up the audio or move any clips or anything. So I'm just going to export this as our regular video. Export media, H.264, YouTube 1080. And I'm just going to call it DM 4 lines, good audio, because that's what I did to it. Export. That's going to take a while, but that demonstrates the process of making your audio better.